ดีทุกท่านนะครับวันนี้ This morning we have a special guest from Singapore. His name is Mr. Anthony Lim. He is executive account manager from IHS Market. Today, the presentation is about GTA Global Trade Atlas. It is a new feature of WTA Global Trade Atlas. หลายคนคงจะคุ้นเคยกับ WTA นะฮะGTA กับ WTA คืออันเดียวกันนะฮะแต่ว่าบางเอิญก็เปลี่ยนหน้าจอใหม่นะฮะ new feature ทำไมถึงต้องเปลี่ยนสาเหตุที่ต้องเปลี่ยนก็เพราะว่ามันทำให้ใช้งานง่ายขึ้นนะฮะสมัยก่อนถ้าเราเปลี่ยนเรื่องเราต้องออกมาแล้วก็เข้าไปใหม่นะฮะหรือว่าเราทำงานต่อเนื่องเรายังไม่เสร็จเนี่ยวันพรุ่งนี้เราจะมาทำต่อเนี่ยนะ GTA เนี่ยมันสะดวกขึ้นคือเราไม่ต้องเริ่มต้นเข้าใหม่เซตใหม่นะฮะคือมันจะจำเอาไว้เลยเราเข้าขั้นต่อไปก็จะเร็วขึ้นนะฮะหรือว่าในการทำงานเกี่ยวกับกราฟอะไรต่างๆเนี่ยเราไม่ต้องมาพอดกราฟเองอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะเครื่องเราจะพอดกราฟให้เราเสร็จนะนอกจากนั้นเนี่ยมันก็มีประเด็นใหม่ๆที่จะมีงานวิจัยงานวิเคราะห์ให้เราเบื้องต้นนะฮะให้เราด้วยก็ประหยัดเวลาเรามากขึ้นเนี่ยเราไม่ต้องนับหนึ่งนะก็จะได้นับที่สองสามเลยนะงานวิจัยงานวิเคราะห์ต่างๆนะก็ช่วยทำให้งานเราคล่องขึ้นนะครับโอเคครับเราเริ่มกันเลยดีกว่านะฮะเราน่าจะเสร็จก่อนอาหารเที่ยงนะครับโอเค Mr. Anthony Lim shall we start now?
Hi, good morning. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, very good. Thank you for taking the time to come to this WTA training session. My name is Anthony Lim. I normally don't like to sit down because I can't see everybody, but I just have to make use of the facilities here. Is the video recorded now? Or it's recording. Okay. First of all, I'm the account manager for Ministry of Commerce regarding your trade data services. So I try to come to Thailand to do training on request, hopefully twice a year. If you want me to come more, just let me know. Always welcome. Before I get started on the training, just want to know how many of you here are familiar with GTA or is using GTA now? Just can I see how many? Higher, so I can see you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? Okay. Okay. Wow. No worries. GTA is what we call Global Trade Atlas is now a improved platform of what we've been using, which is WTA. What you see on WTA is available on GTA, so we hope eventually you will migrate over to GTA. Okay. I don't know when WTA will be closed now, but I think within the next 1 or 2 years, just because it's very old, it's using old technology and doesn't support a lot of the functions that GTA does. I'm sorry I don't speak Thai, although I live in Masai, just because I never got around to learning. If at any time you don't understand, don't be shy, please raise your hand. If you are shy and you have question, ask someone next to you and ask on your behalf, okay? Those behind me, sorry I can't see you all the time, but if you have a question, okay, please raise your hand, right? Okay, so I'll introduce you to what GTA is. Can you all see? Yeah, sure? Okay, good, because I can't see from here. Right, so GTA, it's a comprehensive global trade data on bilateral trade between two countries. So bilateral trade meaning import and export between two countries. It covers approximately 96 reporting countries. So this is a term you have to be familiar with. A reporting country is a country that sends us their official trade statistics. Okay, so there are 96 countries in the world that send us their official trade statistics. So there's 96 of these that we record, of which we then are able to connect to over 180 countries. What I mean by that is when a country trades with another country, the second country is what we call a partner country. So if Thailand exports, say, automobiles to the USA, Thailand is a reporting country in this data set, and the US is a partner country. So the country that trades with the reporting country is what we call a partner country. So on GTA you will see up to approximately 180 countries. Any questions so far? So what this means that you can connect up to roughly 98% of global trade. Why we say 98% is, how many of you know the number of countries in the world? Question? Yeah.
If any country has no report.
Yeah, so later I'll show you the demo how you have to do a reverse calculation. You use the partner country's data to calculate back what it is, right? So in the world there are 193 countries. 193 according to the UN. There are 2 territories, right? 2 territories in the world that are recognized also as countries, and this is the Vatican, where the Pope lives, and Palestinian territories next to Israel. Okay, but officially recognized countries, 193 in the world. GTA also allows you to look at 32 different reporting currencies. So in other words, like for example, data from Japan, we get it in the official reporting currency, which is yen, and then you can then convert to the other different currencies, which I will show you later. We used to support 11 languages. On the Connect platform is English. We will try to move to other languages as soon as we can, and Thai is one of them. However, we don't have it currently, hopefully in a year or two. Okay. So this is the coverage on a global scale. Last year or this year, we added 8 new countries. So every year we are trying to add more and more countries, hopefully to give you more details of each reporting country. Some countries will have what we call extra data fields. you'll see this as what we call EDF, extra data fields. What this means is that some countries report, in addition to their trade, they report trade according to ports, customs districts, or provinces. So in other words, some countries, they'll tell you or they'll provide data on how much trade is shipped through a port or shipped from a district or state or province. Some countries also offer transportation modes. Transportation modes meaning trade that is shipped by either land, air, or sea. And some countries will have re-export figures. If you look at a country like Singapore or Hong Kong, which are predominant transshipment countries, they have re-export values. For those who are working with countries along the Belt and Road, these are the countries that we cover. Some additional data or features in GTA. It's updated 3 times weekly, just because the data from the reporting countries come to us different time periods of the month. So it's updated every week, 3 times a week. The revisions from the country, later on I'll show you how to look this up. The revisions from each country can include up to 3 years. So sometimes a reporting country would send us what we call a revised data. Revised data means they either change some of the values or they added additional information on the data itself. The historical data, you can, as a standard service, you can see up to 5 years. So when you are online, you can actually set your search up to 5 years. Okay? However, we never erase any of the historical data. So for example, like Singapore, we have data going back to 1995, if my memory is correct. Yeah. So in other words, we never erase the historical data. If you want data longer than 5 years, just come to us. You'll go back to the archive, extract the data, download, and send it to you. Okay? Right. Any questions? So this is a country breakdown according to the regions. Okay. Oh. Okay. Can everyone read the screen so far? Yes. Yeah, no problem. At the end of the training session, I'll send the presentation now. Okay. Some of it's in Thai, some of it's not in Thai, obviously. Okay. All right. So these are just some of the features that we would go through in your training manual. I think you've got a handout, so I'll try and follow the handout as close as I can. If I missed it and you want me to show it to you, just let me know. Okay? Right. So let's go to GTA. So GTA is here. It's a web-based portal. So as long as you can get access to internet, just go. You'll be given this link called IHS Connect. You'll be given a username, password, and then you just log on. So I'll log on to my username, password. You can use it on tablet or laptop, desktop, whatever. However, I don't encourage using smartphone just because the screen on the smartphone is very small, so you probably will have difficulty seeing a lot of the data. Okay? So when you're on Connect, come to here, this tab here called Maritime and Trade, and then you see this link here called Global Trade Atlas, and you click on it, and it will then bring you to the new Global Trade Atlas. Okay? On the left here are your tabs, and on the right here are your search modules. Okay? So you have three modules, main, EDF, remember I said EDF, extra data views, and annual. Most of you were using this version, annual module, which is WTA. So now you can come up here, main module. Okay? Right? So far so good?
ครับก็จะใช้แบบเดิมก็ได้นะฮะตัวโค้ดก็ยังมีอยู่เราคลิกเข้าไปที่ WTA นะฮะแต่แนะนำให้ใช้อันใหม่ดีกว่านะฮะสะดวกกว่าเยอะเลย
So before you proceed to do anything, always come to settings. Settings means how you want your screen to display. Okay? So you can see here in my, can I make this screen bigger? So in settings is how you want your page to display. When I say your page, meaning this page here, okay? How you want your page to display. So you can see here, I set my display page to a main module, and the different types of reporting types. So I can choose series or comparison. I can choose quarterly, monthly, or annual. Right? I can choose different currencies to display. Okay? So once you've set up this page here, click apply, and then it will show up in standard. Okay? So for example, if I want to change, say, from quarterly to monthly, and I want to change from series to comparison, right? So I click apply. So when I come back to here, right? So this is my original. So I'm going to reset it. You can see here now it's changed to comparison and monthly or year to date. Okay? You can also make changes here on the display page itself. Okay? There's no fixed way of setting your screen. You can do it on the page itself, or you can do on settings. All right? Okay? Right. So this is how you do your search. Reporter means obviously we set the country as the reporting country. Trade direction, which is import, export. Trade balance is imports minus exports. Okay. Total trade is imports plus exports. Product code is based on the HS code. I'm hoping that all of you know what HS code is. Yes? If you don't know, do let me know, because it's the only criteria of search that you can have your results. Okay? In other words, if you don't know the HS code, you have to look it up, and then it will prompt you for the variable. You can always type it in. If you're not sure, it will give you a series of suggestions, and then choose the one that you are more familiar with. So I'm going to ask if you're familiar with the different levels of HS codes: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes? No? No? Okay. So the HS code is what HS stands for: harmonized system. It's a series of digits used by customs all over the world. So what it means is that customs in Thailand, when they use a HS code, customs in China understand exactly what that cargo or commodity is. Okay? So the HS code is divided up into different levels. The first level is what we call a chapter, and that's a 2-digit. So the chapter will tell you the category of the commodity. I'll show you the example later on. Okay? Right, so in total there are 99 chapters. Okay? So a chapter tells you the type of commodity. Then the 4-digit tells you the specific commodity. Right? And the 6-digit will tell you the differences in that type of commodity. So it's 2, 4, and 6. That is the standard used globally. Certain countries, for example Thailand, use up to 10 because they would specify, they would have more specific details of the commodity description. Right? But globally, it's either 4 or 6. Okay? Most common 4, sometimes they will have 6, depending on the country. So how you look at a HS code is, click here. You will see here HS codes is divided into the different chapters here. So chapter 1 is live animals, right? When I say 2-digit, 01 is considered 2-digit. So everything about live animals is chapter 1. Okay? If you want to know about dairy or fish, it's chapter 3 or 4. If you go down to the subcategory, which is the 4-digit, it will tell you under fish, 0301 is live fish, 0302 is fresh fish or chill without bones, and then it will go further. And if you want to know about live fish, just click again. So 6-digit, 030100 is fish and seafood, unknown description. 030110 is ornamental fish life. Ornamental fish just means fish you see in the aquarium or in display tanks, whatever. Okay. So again, more granular now. So in other words, you will always have 2 as the group or the chapter. 4 is the category, and 6 is the specific type of commodity. Okay? If you don't know what it falls under, no problem. So come up to here. Say you want to look for. Give me an example. Somebody want to look for an example? No? You're all familiar with your HS? Okay, I'm going to use one, say rubber. But if you're not sure what HS code rubber is, you type in rubber. So these are all the categories that apply to rubber. Okay? So you can choose the chapter itself, or you can choose specific category. Okay? So far so good? The next is comparison or series. So series is either month on month, quarter on quarter, right? Series Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. That's what we call a series. Comparison means you are comparing to last year. So Q4 this year comparing to Q4 2017. Okay. And combination plus just means that you will see the percentage change for year to year. Frequency, you can have quarterly, year to date is the same as monthly, annual, or year ending. Okay? Right? Easy? It's very easy. Once you get used to it, it's very easy. You can do it in your sleep once you're used to it. Okay, so to test it, I'm going to do a demo. So, does anyone have a question or sample you want me to do or test? Yeah. For what? Film, as in photographic film. Sure, but I actually don't know what it is, so you just type in film. So these are all the film that you want to use. Okay, so for example, I'm going to use your example, right? Since I don't know, I'm going to choose all, right? Okay, so you can see here the whatever you choose, it's all up here. And then it says here you got 3 more, right? If you got 3 more, just hover over the number and it'll tell you what are the 3 HS codes in addition to what you see here. Okay? So, let's say you want to know total trade, right? Thailand. So if you want to look at a reporting country, you can come here, or you can just type in here, right? So you can see that whatever you chose recently, the last 3 or 4 is always here. Okay, so Thailand, I'm just going to click here, right? And then I'm going to choose, say, series, right? I can do both later on. Monthly, right? And which partner, you can choose all, or you can choose certain countries, right? Let's just say China, right? So if you want to know all of Asia, or specific part of Asia, you can. If you want to choose all of Asia, just click here. These are all the countries. If you don't want Middle East, right, just remove it. It will start to delete from here, right? Okay. So if you don't want, say, Central and South Asia, just remove this, and it will just come up here. So once you've chosen it, click Apply. So it tell you all the countries again listed here. The first 2 will always show up, and then it'll tell you have 17 more. So just hover over the number, and it will tell you which are the 17 countries. Okay? So once you've set all this, click Submit. The results will come back. So now, what I'm looking at is, right, Thailand trading with all these countries for this HS code, right? 3701, 3702, 03, 04, everything about photographic film, right? So this is the HS code. These are the trade values, okay? So why trade values is because here, right, I've chosen to report by value. If you want, you can change it to quantity and value. Click here, and then just reset it. Sorry. Ooh, did I? Okay, you want monthly, and then series, quantity and value, and then it's called sum. Okay. So you have quantity and value, you will have value here and quantity here. Okay. Why is the screen cut off? Okay. You would have a longer screen, but I don't know why the screen is cut off here. Can't see. You can see there's more data towards here, but I don't know why the screen is only showing part. Okay. If you want to change the time period, it's here. Come up to here, and then you can select your time period. Okay? Remember I said 5 years is the standard. You can choose any time frame here, right? Or any month. Okay? So far so good? Okay, so now this is the data. Now you see here primary quantity and there's a secondary quantity, right? So if I did secondary quantity and then click here, you'll see here change to secondary quantity. So does anybody know why we have two quantities? Why primary and secondary? No? Okay, there's a test at the end of the training, yeah? Later, you have to pass the test before you can go for lunch. Okay, primary quantity and secondary quantity is usually what we call net weight and packing weight. So net weight means, for example, if I make this cable, right? So the net weight of this cable, say it's 1 kilogram, right? It's not 1 kilogram, but I'm assuming it's 1 kilogram. So if I pack it into this box, it becomes 1.1. Okay, so there's a net weight and a packing weight. Okay. Why we say that is because sometimes the customs report the data as a packing weight. Okay. Some customs will send us, or some reporting agencies will send us data as packing weight also. Alright. Now, if you want to change the currency, come here. If you want to look up, say Thai baht, just click Thai baht, click here, and then everything will change here to Thai baht. Okay. Sorry, was that a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to ask about the currency conversion.
Yeah.
What is the rate that you use, and is it the date on that month, or is it the average rate for the year?
Yeah, good question. We converted using the US Federal Reserve Exchange first Friday of every month. Okay, so even though the Bank of Thailand will have one exchange rate, unfortunately we cannot use it because it will become too complicated. So the standard conversion rate is the US Federal Reserve. Alright? Okay. Now, when you do your search, more often than not, you would do the same search. Correct? I'm assuming so, unless someone does it differently. No? Yes? Okay. So if you do the same search again and again, just come here, save the query, click here. So this is kill all this. So first, name the query of your search, right? So I'm going to say Thailand trade with Asia, film trade, right? Film trade with Asia. Okay, so I can save it later, or I can save it to a folder. So click here. So what it means is that you've saved the query. So when you save the query, come here. It says here my save. Come to here. Save query. Open this up. See here, it's here. Okay. So what it means is that you don't have to re-put everything in your search. You just come here, click, and everything will display for you again. Right? Understand? เข้าใจไหม? Yeah? Okay, good. Very easy, yeah? Okay, so that's saving your query. Now, if you want to download the data, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it to data extracts or export. If you are only going to do this once, click here, static file. Static file means it will display the results as you see. Okay? Right? Export to Excel. Just click here. Okay? So the Excel file will come out as the way you see on your screen. Okay? If you want a refreshable data, that means, in other words, you want this data to refresh on its own. Okay? So you can either click here, come here, do a refreshable file. I personally like, because I'm very lazy, I like to do it data extract. So the data extract takes all your search, right? Starting from whatever date that you want the search to begin. I can put this to January, right? Okay. In currency, in Thai baht. Okay. I want it in 4 and 6 HS code. Now, I wanted all this, right? I want all this, and then I'm going to save it. Again, set it here. So name your file. Always name the file that you know how to come back to. If you have a series of files, don't use 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, obviously it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I put again Thai film trade. Trade with Asia, right? Save for later. Now, I want this to either weekly update or monthly update, right? Because remember I said earlier, some countries report their data differently, so there's updates 3 times a week. But because, like I said, I'm very lazy, I only want to see it once a month, I can set it on the first day. No, because like I said, I'm lazy. I don't like to read reports on the first day. I like to read it towards the end of the month, 25th day of the month, or every 2 months, 3 months, whatever. So I'm going to say every 2 months, okay? And then I want to prompt me when it's updated. So I click apply. Okay? Following so far? Alright, then come back here to my save. Look at your data extracts. It says here Thai film trade. So yeah. So I'll get to it. I'll get to your question at the end of this. So I set my search. I first run it today, my next run date is this, right? And I can't see it. Terrible. Right. Okay. So it's ready. Ready means you can download. The alarm will send to you when you get to Christmas Day. Christmas Day, obviously, I won't read the report, but Christmas Day is a working day in Thailand, so you see this in your email, right? So this will tell you the status of your reports. So either it's ready or fail or whatever. Fail could be no updates. Fail could be your time series is too long, right? Remember I said your time series is what? Remember I said there's a test? Okay. Time series means 5 years. Standard is 5 years. So if you set your search longer than 5 years, then you get something like fail, whatever. Okay? So essentially, once it's ready, you will see something like this, right? You get in your inbox saying that this is ready for download. Okay? So once they'll tell you when, how many records, what's the file size, etc. So once it's ready, you can click here, or you can come back to your setting here and then just download the data. Alright? So what's the question?
So I just saw you extracted the information about the trade with many market together, right? But what if I want to combine the products together? Because sometimes when we search for the information, we want to search for rice, corn, and group that as agricultural products. Can we do that?
Right. Okay. So that's one way. Now, the refreshable way of doing it, like I said, I'm not fond, but if you want to do it, I can show it to you. Right? Refreshable file just means that you do the same thing. You can add to new or update existing, submit. So you can say here, download the extended time range, 120 periods. Like I said, it's always standard. Preserve the trade partner country. Extend the series on update. Extend the series means starting from now. You want the file to extend further out. Okay? And then when you export the file, you get a file like this, very much similar to your Excel file. Only difference is up here on the data properties, it will tell you here, I think there's an instruction for you here, but okay, not sure why it's missing, but on the data properties here, say here refresh all. If you click refresh, the data will refresh on the day you open the file. You can also set it to open it every certain number of, say, 200 minutes or whatever, yeah? Every second day, third day, whatever, okay? So you can do it this way, or you can do it the data extract way. Alright? Okay, to answer your question, so what if you have certain number of products that you group together, or certain number of countries that you group together? Right? That's your question, yeah? Say, let's do an example. What's the product are you looking at?
Agricultural products.
Agriculture? Okay. Not very helpful, I'll say, because it can be food and vegetables, whatever, right? Do you have any one that you prefer? No? Okay. So, let's just say any of this? Okay, I'm just going to say 17 and 18, yeah? I'm going to kill this photographic ones. See here, create new group. Name your group. Okay? So this one is what? Sugar and coca, right? Sugar and coca. Okay? So this one you can say chapter 17 plus 18, right? Okay? So save it. So now you've created a group called Sugar and Coca. Okay? Now, kill all this. So come here. Look for your product groups. Sugar and Coca. Click here. Apply. So now you're doing the same search, except now it's sugar and coca. Okay? Right? So now again, same search, except now you're looking at sugar and coca. So what if you're doing it for specific countries? So you can repeat the same trick, right? Except now you're looking at partner countries. So come here, click here, right? You want Singapore, you want this, East Timor, Brunei, Taiwan, Mongolia, North Korea, so maybe Japan you don't want, Hong Kong you don't want, China you don't want, whatever. Okay? So again, repeat the same trick. Click. Right? ASEAN or something like that. Okay? ASEAN countries. Save. Okay, so now you've created a country group called ASEAN. Apply. See here. So this is what you want. Submit your query. Okay. So now you can see here Thailand from ASEAN countries on sugar and coca. Okay, any questions? You want me to repeat? Yes? No? Sure? Okay. Alright. This is one of the test questions, yeah. Okay, any questions on the main module? No questions? Okay. No questions? We go to EDF. Alright? Or extra data fields. So, extra data fields, again, you can do the same search. You will notice that there are now either additional search fields here called ports and states, or depending on the country that you are looking for. It doesn't have all countries now, it only has selected countries. Okay? Well, these are the only countries that you can search, because these are the countries that send us additional data fields. Okay? Anybody have a search you want me to do? No? Yes? Later on you'll get a chance to do it, you know. You don't ask me now. Okay, no problem. So let's say Australia. Okay? I want to know Australia export, say bananas. Right? Bananas. Okay. Click. So this is Australia exporting through all ports, all states, bananas, right, to all these countries. So if I want to know where it exported from, click all ports. These are the ports that Australia exports its bananas. Okay. If I want to change it further, from state, click here. These are all the states that Australia exports bananas. If you want to see a graph, you can just click graph. Right? You can choose the type of graph, bar chart, tree map, world map. If I want world map, click here. Right? It will show you where it is exported from. Okay. Right? So different countries have different requirements. So let's say, for example, I want China. So China, you can see now the ports and states are no longer there. China is by district and transportation mode. So if I want to see where China exports all its bananas to the world in terms of district, change it, submit. So now I see here now China exporting through all districts bananas, right? If I want to change the district, any one of this, say maybe I want to know Beijing, Chengdu, Chongqing only, right? Click here, and then the data will change. Okay? Any questions? Right? Okay, it's very, once you are familiar with what you're looking for, it's actually very easy to use. Very, very easy. Okay. The main difference is you can do a lot more here. You can choose on top of China, Philippines, etc. You can choose multiple countries like partner. You can choose multiple countries. You can choose multiple products, etc. In the old WTA, you can only choose one country or one product each search. Okay. So now you can do multiple searches. And you can save your queries and you can download the queries for a later date. Yes? No. Unfortunately, all this data is on physical commodities. Okay? The HS code only covers physical commodities. Nothing to do with tourism, medical services, education, or things like that. Okay? Alright. Any questions before I move on? So what happens if there's data on a country we don't have, that's not a reporting country? So how would you get that data? Right. So for example, I think Cambodia is one of your requests. We can see here right? If you want Cambodia as the reporting country, right? So Cambodia as a reporting country, this is the statistic with its partner countries. Okay, so how we get data from Cambodia is all these countries that send us their data trade with Cambodia. Alright? So this is the trade in US dollars between Cambodia and all its trading partners. How do you know what are the commodities? Come to world, click here, set as the reporting country. Oops, sorry. So that's your commodities that Thailand trades with Cambodia. Okay? So far so good? Any questions? Yes? Sure? Okay, we're on to the third. Okay. Now, last but not least, come to documentation. Documentation provides you with guidelines on how the data is kept. Okay? There's one here called data availability. What it means is what sort of data you can get. So it just means here, for example, if I look at China, right? So these are the dates of the data available from the China official reporting agency. If I look at Thailand, so Thailand, these are the dates of the trade data sent to us. Latest being October 2018. So you can see September, August, July, etc. Alright, November, not available yet. The other one that you want to look up is what we call latest data available. This one. So click this. It will tell you which country has posted the data. So again, says here Australia, new release in September, October period. There's a change for the 2018 data. So what this means is that on the 6th of December last week, when we published the data for Australia, there's a change in September, October. There's a revision in the data from Australia. Alright? The other one that you want to look at is valuation. Certain countries report their valuation differently. So for China, the import data is always FOB. The export data is CIF. Do you all know the differences between FOB and CIF? Yes? Sure? Okay. FOB and CIF is very common. Sometimes you'll come CV. Okay? Do you know the meaning CV? No? Yes? Silence means consent. I'll take it that you know, unless you say so. Okay. If you don't know what it means, come here, valuation definitions. Click on this. And then look for it. CV is custom import value. So in other words, customs assign a value to that import. Alright? Okay? So far so good? Right. More or less, that is what you have to do on GTA. Right? You can go back to the annual module, but annual module, the only difference is you see the data for an annual. See here, annual? You can only see data on an annual basis. You can't see on monthly or quarterly. Okay? And a lot of the fields are grayed out. For example, quantity is also grayed out. Right? So my recommendation would be set it to the main module, and then you can always choose here frequency, put it to annual if you want, right? And do the search. Yeah. 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 Yeah, so annual means that it's the number at the end of the year. Okay, that's an annual number. Year ending means if you choose to look at the data for the year ending, because like for example Thailand, October is your financial year, so you want to know year ending September, because your year end is different from the calendar year. So it means year ending October 31st. So the value of the data at the end of October of that year. Okay? So it will then do the same for the other years. Okay? So if I choose year ending, right? If I do this, if I did this search, yeah. So I'm going to do Thailand. Okay, I'm going to just choose this product. Oops. See, year ending, you can pick a date that you want the data. So I'm going to say year ending October. Right. So what it means is that all this number here is year ending in October 2016, 2017, 2018. Alright? Okay? Year to date, yeah. So year to date, if I choose this, year to date. So year to date means October this year to date. So if you see grayed out is November, I can't see November, right? So if I want to see year to date October, right? So it means that up until September, right? January to September of that year to date. So in 2016, 2017, 2018. Okay? Okay. Any other questions? 11:30. So you have additional 15 minutes before you can go for lunch. No questions? No questions? Then I will ask a few of you to come up and show me how to do some searches. Okay? Now, all of you, if you recall, right, if you recall the way I logged in, just using my username and password. So all of you will be assigned your username and password. So every month I will publish usage statistics to see who has logged on or not. Every month I will publish what we call a usage statistics to the account holder, which I think is Paison's boss, and he or she, right? And then she would see who has logged on and who has not logged on. Yeah, so to show you this one here. So these are the ones that you see here. This person, I can check when we created the account and when they last logged in. This is not the most current. So every week, every month, this is published when this particular account logged in and how often they logged in. So all of you will have your username, which is your email address, and a password. All right. Okay. If no questions, anyone want to volunteer to do a demo for your colleagues? No? Yes? If no, then I'll call someone from the list. Okay. First volunteer. Miss Orapin. Oh, she's not here. Miss Sunhap. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Sunhap. New side. That's you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, come up. Use my laptop. Don't be shy. Okay, so that's you, right? Okay, so Kun Sunapak, he will show you all how to find the how much imports, how much Thailand imports from China. Yeah, go ahead. Every month, yeah. Yeah, okay. How much Thailand import from China every month? Sure? Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, how do you know that it's correct? Okay, so the question was, how much Thailand imports from China every month? So China import from Thailand import from China all commodities. Okay, that's great. Now I say every month. How do your statistics come out? 06, 07, 08. Why? No, I say every month. Yeah. Okay. Right? Okay, well done. Next volunteer. Nahaya County. Miss Nahaya County. No? She went for happy hour? Nataya County. Nataya County. Oh, that's you. Okay, come. Okay, good. So, how do I change this to Thai baht? For last week data. Same query, but I want to change the currency to Thai baht for 2017. Okay. I want to see. full year of tour. So, correct. Okay. All right. Next volunteer is Mr. Wontian. 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 Kim Yin. No. Okay. Some of your colleagues obviously gone for lunch. Miss Pantira Sejiraviro. Pantira. No.
Pantila.
Okay. Santamo. Mr. Santamo. Okay. Come. Okay, so your colleagues have already set this data. They want to see it at the end of every month. They want to receive the file at the end of every month. How do you set it?
เราได้อัดวิดีโอเทปไว้นะฮะเราจะอัปโหลดวิดีโอนี้ที่เว็บไซต์ของ PPSO นะฮะของสนคนะฮะยังไงก็ทบทวนกันได้อีกรอบนะฮะในเว็บไซต์แล้วก็
Okay, all right. Okay, hopefully all of you.
ก็ยังไงก็เดี๋ยวถ้าจะอัปโหลดขึ้นไปแล้วก็ถ้าบางท่านยังไม่ได้ส่งอีเมลอะไรมานะฮะแจ้งด้วยนะฮะอยากได้เป็นนามสกุลม็อกนะฮะแล้วก็ถ้าเรียบร้อยแล้วทุกคนเราจะส่งuser name ให้เขาจะลงทะเบียนให้เริ่มการได้เลยนะฮะครับอย่าลืมนะฮะส่งอีเมลuser ถ้าคนที่ยังไม่ส่งนะส่งมาด้วยแล้วก็พาสเวิร์ดด้วยนะนามสกุลม็อกนะฮะเมล
จ้าพี่เชื่ออะไรอยู่ที่กับงานนะที่ผมพี่ปิดห้องกลับมาแล้วคนที่ปิดแล้ว It's okay. You isn't it this? Oh! I wasn't aware. Okay. Just so it's a different group in the afternoon.
Some are available in the morning.
Okay.